Good thing I got my teeth just cleaned, huh?
Alright, this is my grandmother, Pam, and I'm going to interview her on gas prices in the 1970s. First question. What about the gas prices in the 70s do you remember?
They were a lot cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
Gas was like under $1 a gallon. I think 69 cents at the gas station that I went to was 69 cents a gallon.
And what other things do you remember about it around that time?
Well, I had just started working. I was only 18 years old, so I just started working at a nursing home as a CNA. And so I filled up probably twice a week, depending on who else used the car, because it was a family car and it was shared.
How much traveling did you do?
I had to travel approximately 20 minutes, which was about 15 miles from my house to where I worked. I lived in a small town, Rowley, Massachusetts, and I worked in the big city in Newburyport, Massachusetts.
Okay. So that answers kind of the first question, a little bit background history. Alright, second question. How did the gas prices in the 70s change and why?
Well, we were going through the Vietnam War in the 60s while I was in high school, and we had a time when there was a gas shortage.
Yeah.
And so I can remember that depending on what your license plate was, I think it was based on your license plate, on whether you could fill up on a certain day or if you had to wait till the next day.
Really?
But being a CNA, as long as I was in uniform, I could go and get gas at any time I needed.
Because you were a nurse.
Because I was a nurse. I was in the health field.
So like if you worked as a certain other job.
Yes, if you were a fireman or a policeman, anybody in the health field, you could get gas when
Anytime.
needed. Yeah.
And like Grampy, like what did Grampy do at that time?
Grampy was working at a place called it was the tannery. He worked there with his father. They took cow hides and they made them into leather.
So he couldn't get it anytime.
He couldn't get gas anytime he wanted.
So you were the one that had to get gas if you guys needed it at that day.
Well, we weren't married at that time. We didn't get
okay.
married till 1974. So we graduated high school in 1972.
Okay.
So in 1974 was when we got married, and the rationing was over by then.
Okay. All right. Well, question number 3.
Okay.
How did the gas prices affect you personally?
Me personally, I don't think it ever really bothered me. I kept track of how much I was getting per gallon. You know, how the car was doing and so forth. That was just something my dad had taught me, and and we were doing it right up until just a little while ago, and prices just got so high that we just figured we got to fill the gas tank anyways.
Yeah.
But my dad was traveling back and forth to Framingham, Massachusetts at the time from Rowley, which was a good hour-and-a-half ride. So he used a lot more gas than I did. But
so that kind of had an impact on you with how gas prices were in money.
I don't remember it ever being a problem, the gas prices. Not like now, like you're watching every penny to make sure that you have enough money for gas to get back and forth to work, so you can make the money to buy the food and to pay for the gas to get back and forth to work. But I don't ever remember it being that much of a problem back in the 70s that we had to, really watch how we drove and where we drove and when we drove.
Yeah. You didn't have to monitor like today. Back then, you
No.
could just kind of, if you want to go for a ride, you could go for a
Yeah, we
ride.
just went for a ride.
Okay. Well, question number 4. How much money did you spend on gas in a week?
In a week, I probably only spent
On like average.
probably $10 to $15 a week.
Wow. That's a big difference from now. Nowadays,
It costs $50 to, well, between $45 and $50, depending on the gas price, to fill my van.
yeah, big difference now.
Yeah.
So, just to fill up your van nowadays, it's $50, but back then you could go a whole week on only $15.
Yeah.
Okay. Question number 5. How are gas prices different from the 70s to now, and why?
Whoa. Way more expensive.
Kind of elaborate on that a little bit.
Well, you figure we're paying anywhere from 340. I saw as we were coming over tonight, 348 a gallon. That was unheard of back in the 70s. I mean,
Yeah,
a dollar would have been,
expensive back
yeah.
then. Yeah, a bit